My name is Mrs. N, and this is my 6th grade lesson on the water cycle. I have included the TEKS, the NGSS standards, CCRS, and the ELPS at the end of this video. This is a list of the materials and resources used in this lesson. All the links in this lesson are in the message box below this video and in Mrs. N's Google Classroom. You can join Mrs. N's Google Classroom to access all the links to the documents for this lesson with the code DXWW407. That is the letter O and not the number 0. Google Classroom is accessible on your computer or by downloading the free application in the App Store. By the end of this lesson, I hope you will be able to use the information you have learned to explain all of the phases of the water cycle. When you see the words "Pause Slide" in bold red letters, please pause this video and follow the instructions I have given you. The first thing I want you to do is go to the kitchen and fill up a glass of water. Pause this video until you return. Take a good look at your glass of water. How old do you think the water in your glass is? A few seconds? Maybe a few minutes or an hour? Nope. The water in your glass is as old as the earth. That's right. The water in your glass is the same water that woolly mammoths and the first humans drank. That's because Earth has been recycling water for over 4 billion years. The world's water moves between lakes, rivers, oceans, the atmosphere, and the land in an ongoing cycle called, you guessed it, the water cycle. As it goes through this continuous system, it can be a solid, like a piece of ice, liquid, like your glass of water, or a gas, like vapor. Next, I'd like you to watch a video about the water cycle. As you sing and dance along, listen for new vocabulary words. You can access this video by uploading this QR code to the QR code reader posted below. The link to this video is also posted below and in Mrs. N's Google Classroom. What new vocabulary words did you hear in this video? Go to the link below or in Mrs. N's Google Classroom to create your very own Pinzu Digital Science Journal. This is what your free digital science journal will look like. Have you ever wondered to yourself, why does it rain? Or how does rain form? This next video, Water Cycle, How Rain is Formed, will answer these questions. You can access this video by uploading this QR code to the QR code reader posted below. The link to this video is also posted below in Mrs. N's Google Classroom. This video explained that the water cycle is driven primarily by the energy from the sun and by gravity. Water molecules are continuously moving from one location to another location in this cycle. However, since the water cycle is ongoing and does not have a beginning or an end, there is no precise starting point or ending point. Water can take various paths to reach the same point in the water cycle. For example, water can be evaporated from the ocean and then return directly to the ocean as precipitation. Or water can be evaporated from the ocean and move across the landscape before falling on a mountaintop several thousand miles away. The same water could eventually return to the ocean via streams and rivers. Let's talk about the different phases of the water cycle. Evaporation. Evaporation occurs when the sun heats up water in rivers, lakes, or oceans and turns it into water vapor or steam. The water vapor or steam leaves the river, lake, or oceans and goes into the air. Condensation. Condensation occurs when vapor in the air gets cold and changes back into liquid, forming clouds. Precipitation. Precipitation occurs when so much water has condensed that the air cannot hold it anymore, so the clouds get heavy and water falls back to the earth in the form of rain, hail, sleet, or snow. Transpiration. Transpiration is the release of water from plant leaves. Just as you release water vapor when you breathe, plants do too. Plants draw water and nutrients from their roots up into their stems and leaves. Some of this water is returned to the air by transpiration. Surface runoff. Surface runoff is water that flows downhill into streams, rivers, ponds, and lakes. Percolation. Percolation occurs when the water on the Earth's surface in the runoff stage seeps underground. Now it's time for a fun game. You're going to become a water molecule moving through the water cycle. You will need to download the My Journey as a Water Molecule activity file and the My Journey as a Water Molecule data table located in Google Classroom and in the links listed below. This is a brief description of how to play this game. You will need to download the My Journey as a Water Molecule activity page. You will need to download the My Journey as a Water Molecule data table. And if you don't have a dice, you will need to open the virtual dice roller. I suggest that when you open this file that you go to View and select Thumbnails so that it will be easy to navigate. There are different stations. There's the animal station, and in the animal station all of the dice are black. In the cloud station all the dice are red, and the same goes for groundwater. They're all brown, and all of the stations are color coded. Hopefully this will help with confusion of which station you're in. Since my name begins with the letter B, I'm going to begin in the animal station. And remember, as you play this game, you are pretending to be the water molecule. So I'm going to go to my dice roller. I'm going to roll the dice, and I got a 2. So I'm going to go over to the animal station and find the number 2. After using you to process food, the animal uses the restroom and you end up on the ground. Go to mountain. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to the mountain. I'm going to go to my data table and I'm going to type in mountain here. Now, if this takes too long and you would prefer to write it while you play the game and then go back and fill in your data table, that's absolutely acceptable as well. Just don't forget to write down which stations you went to. So I'm in the mountain. I'm going to roll my dice and I got a 6. So I'm going to go to number 6. It says, you get frozen in ice and trapped until you thaw. Stay at mountain. So I'm going to go to my data table, or I'm going to write it down that I am in the mountain station again. Then I'm going to roll my dice and I got a 2. You soak into the ground and become part of the groundwater. Go to groundwater. So I'm going to navigate to groundwater. Here we are. I'm going to go to my data table and I'm either going to write it here or I'm going to write it on a piece of paper. Just don't forget to write it down. And then I'm going to roll my dice and I got a 6. So you are pumped out of the ground from a well to irrigate a farmer's corn. Go to plant. So I'm going to go to plant. I'm going to document that I went to the plant station either in your data table or on a piece of paper. I'm going to go to the dice roller and I'm going to roll, and I got a 5. Number 5, the plant transpires you through its leaves and you evaporate into the air. Go to the cloud station. So I'm going to go to the cloud station. I'm going to document the cloud station either in my data table or on a piece of paper, and I'm going to roll the dice again. I rolled a 1. You fall as rain into the stream. Go to stream. So I'm going to scroll down here to the stream. Here's the stream. I'm going to document again, don't forget, in your data table or on a piece of paper that you went to the stream next. Then roll your dice. I got a 1. So I'm going to go to 1. The animal comes to the stream and licks you up. Go to animal. So I'm going to go to animal. I'm going to go to my data table and document that I went to the animal station, and then I'm going to roll the dice again. And I suggested that you set a timer for 10 minutes. If you are having a hard time navigating from one screen to the next, you're welcome to set this timer for 20 minutes, whatever is easiest for you. I think this game is really fun, and I like to play for a really long time too. So if you guys do too, I completely understand. Step 1. If you have a number generator, a dice, go get it. If you don't have one, you can use the virtual dice roller listed in the links below or in Mrs. N's Google Classroom. Step 2. If you haven't done it already, you will need to download the My Journey as a Water Molecule activity file and the My Journey as a Water Molecule data table located in Google Classroom and in the links below. If your name begins with A, B, C, or D, you will begin in the animal station. If your name begins with E, F, or G, you will begin in the cloud station. If your name begins with H, I, J, or K, you will begin in the groundwater station. If your name begins with the letter L, M, N, or O, you will begin in the mountain station. If your name begins with P, Q, R, or S, you will begin in the ocean station. If your name begins with T, U, or V, you will begin in the plant station. If your name begins with W, X, Y, or Z, you will begin in the stream station. The next thing you will do is roll your dice. Then you will match the number on your die to the die on the My Journey as a Water Molecule document and proceed to the indicated station. Step 6. Record each station you visit in the My Journey as a Water Molecule data table. The link is listed below and in Google Classroom. Step 7. Set a timer for 10 minutes and repeat these steps until time is up. Look at your My Journey as a Water Molecule data table. Did you spend most of your time at one or two of the stations? Do you think water molecules often get trapped in one location? Record your responses to these questions in your Penzu Science Journal. Why do you think it's important to study and understand the water cycle? Keep this question in mind as you watch NASA's Freshwater Connection video. You can access this video by uploading this QR code to the QR code reader posted below. The link to this video is also posted below and in Mrs. N's Google Classroom. Based on what you learned in the video, why is it important to study and understand the water cycle? Record your responses to this question in your Penzu Science Journal. Now that you know all about the water cycle and its phases, choose one of these 3 activities to demonstrate what you've learned. You can write a short story about your journey through the water cycle as a water molecule. You can create a 3D model of the water cycle. You don't need to buy any special materials for this assignment. You can use everyday household items. For example, paper towel rolls, notebook paper, tape, or any craft supplies you have. Or you can create a 3 to 5 minute recording or a video of you describing the water cycle phases. Teachers, here you will find the TEKS, the NGSS standards, CCRS, and the ELPS for this lesson plan. Thank you for taking the time to watch my lesson on the water cycle and its phases. I hope you enjoyed learning about the water cycle as much as I enjoyed teaching about it.